Guys, do you know what is depression is? According to the World Health Organization, depression is defined as a mental disorder that results in a lasting sadness, loss of interest in activities that usually bring joy, alongside the lack of motivation to perform daily tasks. It's also often linked with suicide and anxiety disorder.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Adam Timat Yatin and my matrix number is 2021283212. So today, I'm going to share to you about the factors that lead to depression among students. So here, I've got two factors that lead to depression among students, which is I'm going to elaborate it. So, the first main point is parental pressure. This is because parents nowadays are too concerned about how the world will perceive their children. Some of them put a high expectation in order to see them succeed in life, but they don't know their children's limit of learning and struggles. So, a lot of students are depressed and stressed about their academic and result because they try so hard to make their parents proud of them. But when they fail to get a good grade and result in exam, their parents will only judge and comparing them with other siblings that are more better than themselves. Parents thought with comparing others will make that one person feel more spirited, but instead they will only feel useless and down. So here I'm going to share some tips to parents in order to control their children. So the first thing first is they need to understand their children better and supporting them in whatever they are doing. And parents also need to observe their children's talents and hobbies since they are 1 year old. So this can help them to support their children. Consequently, the children cannot help but feel depressed because they think they don't have a chance to improve themselves. So let's proceed to the next factor that lead to depression among students. So the second factor that lead to depression among students is financial problems. This is because nowadays everything needs money, and without money, life will be hard. Same goes to students. Some of them are struggle to earn some money to pay for their education because they know their parents cannot afford the bills. So, in order to continue their study, they need to find a job. When they are learning and working at the same time, it will be hard to arrange their schedule. This is because when the class is over, they need to go to work, and when they come back home, they need to finish their assignment. As you guys can see, the students are tend to stay up late at night and lose their focus when they attend their class in the morning because they feel tired and not get enough sleep. This will only interrupt their concentration in class, and they will not perform in their examination. They will feel wasting their time because they spend a lot of time in study, and at the end they not get a good result. But they know they need to keep going. Sometimes they will borrow the money from their friends, and it will only be a burden for them. They feel stressed because they need to multitask. Some of the students decided to stop from studying because they cannot afford the education. They are focusing on working because they want to get a better life, and they don't have any choice to choose. So I'm going to give some tips for students to decrease their burden. they can apply for National Higher Education Fund Corporation, which called PTPTN. This is an authority responsible for giving study loans to students pursuing tertiary education. This agency is under Ministry Higher Education. So I hope it can help you to decrease your burden. As for the result, the student cannot chase their dream because certain things that blocking their path. So that's all from me.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfiza Ini binti Muhammad Jamil. So, I will move to other effect of depression among students, which is a lack of sleep. Depression and sleep are closely connected. Almost all people with depression has experienced sleep issues. Sleep deprivation is frequently linked to depression and other mental illnesses. The majority of individuals are aware that getting a good night's sleep is beneficial to their health. Nonetheless, students may have difficulty achieving that goal, no matter how hard they try. Whatever the reason, their mental health will suffer if they don't get enough sleep of the correct length and quality. Their body cannot repair themselves if students do not get enough sleep during the quiet phases. Infection become more likely to affect students. Both of these issues make sleeping even more difficult. In this stage, lack of sleep can exacerbate negative thoughts, which can lead to depressions. It is difficult to stay optimistic when they are not feeling well. Students' memory and reasoning abilities decrease, and their own emotional well-being worsens. According to research, statistics show that 9 out of 10 Malaysians have some level of insomnia and have one or more kinds of sleep problems. Sleep-deprived teens have a hard time remembering what they have just learned and improving the abilities they have just mastered. Furthermore, because students are frequently drowsy in the class, it is difficult for them to pay attention what the lecturer is teaching. In this instance, a lack of sleep has several negative consequences for all students, not just in the school, but also at the university. An effect of depression can cause chronic stress. When you think of stress, it probably brings negative emotion to mind. If students don't cope well with chronic stressful life conditions, they may be at risk of getting depressions. There is also mounting evidence that poor coping, stress, and physical sickness are linked. Stress is a natural physiological and physical response to both positive and negative life events. In and of itself, stress is neither unhealthy nor dangerous. It all boils down to how students handle the stress. The prevalence of moderate to extremely severe level of stress among undergraduate students in Malaysia was ranging from 12.9% to 21.6% respectively. Medical students have been shown to more inclined to emotional disorders, especially stress and depression, as compared to their non-medical peers. The effect of chronic or long-term stress can be harmful on their own, but they also can contribute to depression, a mood disorder that makes them feel sad, and this interested in things they usually enjoy. If students are unable to cope with chronic stress, they may become weak and burdened. They may find it difficult to go about their daily routine. Their productivity may be affected. Their relationship may be affected. They may have difficulty sleeping, and it may be difficult to go about their daily routine. Finally, students are highly vulnerable to prolonged distress. It can have a harmful influence on students, leading to suicidal ideation.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alia Shahada binti Razlai. My matric number is 2021448002. So I'm going to talk about how to overcome depression. First is sleep regularly. Try to keep a regular sleep schedule. Getting a good night's sleep can be an important part of your plan to manage depression. When you have well rested, you will not only have more energy, but you may have a more upbeat view on life and better focus. That is because sleep is all about a whole lot more than just rest. In the deeper stage, it recharges the system and keep your body healthy. Remember, don't try to solve a problem during late night when your brain is half asleep, because this is the way to feed depression. If you can't sleep, let me give you some tips for a better sleep. It is all about creating. First, you have to exercise every day, because exercise will help you get more sleep and wake up refreshed. Second is you have to avoid eating a heavy or spicy food before you go to bed or before you go to sleep. Lastly, you have to take a nap between 20 to 30 minutes and take them only in the early or in the middle of the afternoon. These are three things or three tips that you can do to get a better sleep and manage your depression. Next is do enjoyable things. Do something that make you happy. Do something that make you enjoy with it. Do something that relaxing but energizing. Because if you do something that you love, you happy, you will forget all the problems that you have. For example, it could be listen to music, painting, hiking, or something that make you more relaxed. Listening to music is good for those who have depressions, because music can be a great way to boost your mood and improve symptoms of depressions. It may also help you to strengthen your reception of positive emotions. You also can spend time in nature, because it's also one of the enjoyable things to do. Mother Nature can have a powerful influence on depression. Other people say that people who spend time in nature can have improved their mental health. Exposure to sunlight may offer you some of the same benefits. It can increase your serotonin levels, which can provide you a temporary mood boost. Other things that you can do is spend time with your loved ones. Depression can tempt you to isolate yourself and withdraw from your friends and family, but face-to-face time can help you to wash away all those tendencies. If you are unable to spend time with them, remember that phone calls and video chat, it also maybe help you to spend time. Try to remind yourself that these people care about you, they love you, and don't think that you are a burden. You need the interaction. All these activities can provide indirect boost in your mood and energy, which may help you to overcome your symptoms of depression.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aisyah Munirah binti Faizal. I'm from PD0071A2. Today I want to share with you some tips of how to overcome the depression. Just like physical health, we have to maintain it by taking care of our body with eating the right food, exercise, and go to the doctor when we are injured or ill. With mental health, we also have to take the daily action to be healthy. And when things getting stressful, we have to take extra care to manage our mental health. One thing that we can do is make sure that we have social time as well. Having social interactions is really essential for our mental health. Our brains are inherently social. We are social creatures. But during this pandemic, this is going to be an extra challenge for us. But I think that is not the excuses. We can still try to connect with other people or our friends by pick up our phone and call our old friend, or hanging out with some group on Zoom, or we can try to lunch together when we are not in the lockdown.
In conclusion, depression can affect anyone at any age. If a person with depression does not seek medical help, then the mental disorder might become worse and the person will commit to suicide.